Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Joey and welcome back to another video here on my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about possibly the easiest way to hit for damage cap in the game. It's really simple when you use this setup. I'm going to be showcasing it here. It's a mix of Rhino along with the Verglas, along with just abusing the powers of Contagious Bond and properly chaining our enemies. Now we got a decent tile here, more than decent actually. I would say probably pretty solid. So what we're going to do here is we're pretty much just going to get in a corner where we can LOS the enemy sightlines. So they cannot stop, like they won't stop there and shoot us, they won't stop there and shoot us. So we have full LOS sightlines on them. And now they're aggroed onto us, so now all we do is we just giga buff our Verglas, our companion, and you can pretty much just sit here and let Contagious Bond chain. And it will do millions of damage. Now, if I can get a nice chain here, I can really show you guys that it's so easy to get it to do like, millions upon billions of damage. Easy proc through. Contagious Bond has no cooldown, so you can just continuously proc like this. Like we're getting 2.1 billion, 2.1 billion. Yeah, it's just continuously procking. It's really easy. Now, these aren't all hitting for 2.1 billion. They're hitting for well over 2.1 billion. It just says 2.1 billion because that is the integer cap of the game. So it cannot show a digit higher than that for us to see, but if you want to see, you can go into your .EE.Log file and you can see the actual numbers you're putting out. Look, I'm getting negative 2 billion. So yeah, this does a ton of damage. You can walk out and still collect everything. It's not going to hurt you. You can walk into the next room, collect everything, refresh your overguard, and then you can just head right back to where you were hanging out before. Now, you could do this on like any tile set. I just like the Cougar Fortress because getting this room as a starting room is a really nice option just to showcase this. But you could do this like on any tile where you could sit in a dead end like this and you could LOS enemies to get them really, grouped up like this, so Contagious Bond will continuously proxy. We're already hitting for 2.1 billion, and it didn't even get all the way down the hallway. It stacks really fast, it's really strong, it works really well with Rhino, with Roar. I'm sure you can use this with another frame. I will be showing you guys the build I'm using after this. There's no ribbons, I'm not using any Bane mod on the Verglas, it's just purely Rhino, plus just the regular setup. So yeah, pretty much that's it. It's just a big chain. It's really funny to use once in a while. If you haven't ever done this before, it's fun to come in here and see these kind of numbers chain up. You don't need to do this with Doriga. You can do this with any companion. I'm using Doriga right now, but you can use pretty much any companion. I've done this with the Hound as well. You can do this with Lacerton on the Hound. It works totally fine. Really, any companion on the Hound, it will work. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys that and how funny this is. The chain values and everything and what it can do in the right tile set scenario. Very, very funny stuff. So yeah, here, I'm going to leave this now and I'm going to show you guys the build just so you guys can see. Now, for the build, I'm pretty much just stacking strength and duration because the whole point of this is I'm just trying to buff my Doriga. So you could go about this totally differently if you wanted to. I probably could have formed this better. Like I have regular Intensify on here. I probably could have formed this better and went for something else. But this is what I ended up going for here. You go for Summoner's Wrath. We stack strength. We stack duration. We want long duration on our Roar. We want good values on Roar and on Nourish. And then we have Vigor plus Augmented for the max strength values, so we can get the max value out of Roar. This functions as a faction damage mod for companions, so this is very important to have. And then I will show you the companion build here. This is the Doriga build I'm using here. Now, like I said, you may want to drop Momentous Bond, as it's better to just go with the flat heat and viral. So you're just continuously stacking what you're looking to stack here. You're not getting anything extra on top of that. You're not getting extra elements. So really, you can put whatever you want on here. This frame isn't reinforced bond, not this frame, this Sentinel isn't reinforced bond viable, so that's not a great option. Duplex isn't really great because it's going to mess up your chains. It's going to go and kill enemies off in the map, so I wouldn't really recommend you use this either. So you could really just figure out whatever you want to put here. If you want to do like a little bit more survivability, if you want to put that in the slot or whatever you want to do here, it's totally fine. You can just put menu right there. Whatever you want to do will work. Coolant leak, everything is fine. And then here is the Verglas setup, very simple, no galvanized mods, because the only way we can actually get use out of galvanized mods, like if I was to use, I'm sorry, I did not mean to do that. Put the chamber back on here. If I was to use a galvanized setup like this, you would need to use a primary that has these galvanized mods to get the passive effects of them. You will not get the passive on kill effects if you are not killing them yourself. So that's why we just go for this. Very basic damage, multi-shot, status damage, fire rate, viral, heat, base damage, and then a little bit more heat on top of that. It's a really basic build. You wouldn't think that a build like this would be able to just hit 2 billion damage. It's really simple. That's just how powerful heat is in this game. You know, you don't need any crit, no CD, you don't need anything like that. It's just all about the dot ticks. Dot ticks are so powerful in Warframe, and I can't talk about how well they work and how much I love them. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this build today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Leave a like, and thank you for watching.